Now, many of you already know that each and every week on Tuesday we get to see the NEV insurance registration coming from some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio. In fact, today's report, ladies and gents, came with the exact numbers, which were 2,110 NEV insurance registration. This is for the period which started last week Monday until Sunday, which is the 1st until the 7th, which is something that, of course, it's not that good when you look into the whole week, but there is a big but why these numbers are low. It is because, ladies and gents, from the 4th to the 6th of April in China, it was a holiday called the Qingming Festival, where people usually go and clean their graveyard, of course, paying respects to those people that have passed on, or to their relatives that have passed on. So yeah, apparently from the 4th to the 6th there was not much of activity in China, but the 7th, which was on Sunday, it was the day where, of course, some of the people went to work, which is why we are seeing these low deliveries. So these deliveries, they are lower than the 3,550 deliveries we saw for the previous week. They are pretty good, because I mean, if they are like 3 days where there was not much activity happening and he still yet Nio scoped 2,110 vehicles, ladies and gents, it is something that is really commendable. I mean, Tesla, for the very same period, they saw total registration of just over 1,800, whilst Leo, ladies and gents, saw just over 5,000 insurance registrations. Xpeng, on the other hand, saw just 1,220, which it shows you of how at least better these results are when comparing to the kind of sales or to the kind of NEV insurance registration we're seeing from some of the EV stocks out there. So these 2,110 by Nio, these are good insurance registrations, because I personally believe that had we included those 3 days, or was it going to be business as usual from the 4th to the 6th, then we're easily going to see Nio having over probably 3,000 NEV insurance registration, which was going to be pretty good. So the Qingming Festival holiday, ladies and gents, it is the one that has sort of like had an impact, because from the 3,000 or over 3,500 deliveries that we saw Nio producing to now 2,110, it is over 40% decline, which is something that is not good. But because of the holidays, like I said, I will emphasize this, these are good new energy vehicles insurance registrations. So I'm very excited about these registrations. I mean, as I'm doing this video today, Nio, it's up almost 10%, which is a pretty good day. I mean, ladies and gents, Nio has been one of the stocks that has not been doing that well, and to get to see it at least today trading or going up almost 10%, it is something that makes me to be really excited as the new investor. I don't want to talk much about the stock price before I jinx it, but yeah, it's looking like today it's a pretty good day. So yes, 2,110, it's what Nio, of course. So for the period which started on the 1st to the 7th, this was the very first week. So there's no deliveries, or these are the insurance registration that are going to form part of the April deliveries, which last week was the first week, which means that this week's NEV insurance registration, which will be reported next week, will be added to this 2,110. But something that I think we must note from this report, it is now not coming as early as we used to. I don't know if is it probably because the source to this news is no longer Liodo, because Liodo used to be the one to publish these new NEV insurance registrations, and now you will realize or notice that CNF Post, it is the one that is a source to this news. So I don't know if whether this delay in the results, or in us getting the results, is it because of the fact that Liodo is not publishing them like they used to, but it's now CNF Post, which, yeah man, I think as long as we get the insurance registration, it's still a pretty good, of course, data that, and important data for the new investors, because it gives us the guidance of what to expect when Nio, or come the day that Nio reports their full month delivery. So I look forward to the deliveries that Nio is going to produce this month, and like I said, I think that Q2 I'm expecting over 40,000 deliveries combined, which judging from the first week of much, including the Qingming festival, which took place, or which was for 3 days. I think we are headed towards the right direction. I don't want to call a recovery yet, but rather I want to think that we are heading towards the right direction. Like I said, if it was not for this holiday or 3-day holiday, I think would have been over 3,000 in terms of the insurance registration, which would be good. And to know that we are getting this in the first week says a lot of the kind of life insurance registration you might get next week, and the rest of the weeks that concludes, of course, this month of April. So I look forward to those deliveries or this life insurance registrations that will be factored in the deliveries. Otherwise, something also very important to get to see at least Nio once again. It happens once in a blue moon, this thing, where we see, of course, Nio reporting better figures than those of Tesla, which is something that does not always happen, but to get to see it happening, I guess as a new investor, I'm excited. I think this just shows you of how tense it was last week when it comes to this NEV insurance registration. Almost all the automakers, all the EV, new energy vehicle companies dropped in terms of deliveries, which is something that must just show you that this holiday really disturbed these automakers, which is something that, like I said, to get to see Nio delivering over 2,100, it is something that is pretty exciting. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy Nio for the very first time, it is always good that you do your own DD, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.